Hi, guys. Welcome to Harping on the Past.
A Theater Kid podcast.
A Theater Kid podcast. I'm sorry that I yelled.
It's okay.
Yeah. What are we doing? My name's Sheradyn.
I'm Jacob.
And we're starting a podcast.
We're starting a podcast. That's crazy. This is our very first official podcast.
It really is. I know we sent out some teasers.
We did.
And someone talked to me about that today, and they were like, didn't you already do an episode? And I was like, no. That was simply a test. And then it was a funny conversation. So I posted it on our Instagram. Go follow our Instagram. What is it? What did I name it? Harping on the Past _podcast, I think. On Instagram.
Is it podcast or pod?
I think it's podcast.
Podcast, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had the same conversation a couple times. People were like, you already filmed one. And I was like, You
said,
we filmed
you all.
We filmed a test episode, but not an official first episode.
Yeah.
So that's what this is.
That's what this is. We're both a bit sleep deprived, so maybe that'll make this funnier.
It'll make it interesting.
Yeah.
But that's,
I'm exhausted, and so is Jacob.
A little bit so.
But we just want to talk about what this is going to be. Yeah. Why we're doing it.
So basically, Sheradyn and I are very self-centered people, and
Correct.
We just thought the world would love to hear us talk because we love hearing ourselves talk.
Listen, I won't deny it. I love hearing my own voice. I mean, I don't love hearing myself sing, but man, talking, I could listen to myself talk for hours.
That's nice. I don't like the sound of my own voice personally.
Really?
No.
I think it's soothing.
Thanks.
Maybe people will listen to this to go to bed and they'll be like, I'm going to get the best sleep of my life.
I'm going to bed home.
And then they're going to wake up and they're going to be funnier people because
they'll have listened to us.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like when you're around funny people, you get funnier?
Yeah, kind of like you kind of hope that their comedy like seeps into you.
Yeah.
And that you kind of like take it with you.
Yes.
Yeah, I get that.
So thanks for doing this podcast with me and for making me a funnier person.
Sheradyn, anytime. And ditto to you, but like times 1,000.
You better stop being so nice to me right now.
Listen.
What?
I don't have to pretend to be nice with you because it's just so genuine because I love you so much.
That's really sweet. I'm so sleep deprived, I might cry.
No. Well,
like you can't
cry.
say sweet things because then I'm like, Anyways.
So this is first episode of the podcast. We are doing kind of a double format. We're doing a regular podcast and we're also doing a video. So if you want to watch it, you can watch it on our YouTube channel.
If you're watching this, congratulations.
You found it.
We've made it.
At this present moment, is it currently made? No. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
That's okay. It will be made because obviously you're watching it.
Right. So, Jacob.
Yes.
What do we want to tell them first? How we met or why it's called Harping on the Past?
I feel like let's explain why it's called Harping on the Past.
Okay.
Theater Kid podcast, because I'm sure people are like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And why should I care?
Right. So we had the idea to do a podcast a while ago, and we were like, oh, we should talk about shows that we've done in the past.
Right.
And like, because we've done so many shows together, and we're trying to come up with a name, and we're like, man, like nothing is working.
And
because
I feel
I'm
like
not very creative when it comes to naming things.
Me either.
Yeah. Yes, you are. You're the reason why it's called Harping on the Past.
Yeah, but it took a while to come up with.
I don't think it really did when we really set our mind to it. Where were we, Jacob?
We were okay. Also, because we were talking about creating this podcast, but really like snowballed this idea and made it like progress even further was doing an Instagram live.
Yeah.
You were doing an Instagram live.
Yeah.
And
Was it when I was making my pineapple upside down cake?
Yes. And I had jumped onto the Instagram at work, and I was just like, you know what? Let me go and say hi. And it was literally
and the fans.
One person was like, you guys should do a podcast.
And we were like, we're already 10 steps ahead.
And we're like, perfect.
Right.
Thank you for encouraging us. But so anyway, the name.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, we had been talking about doing a podcast, but we couldn't come up with a name.
Right. Like, we tried so many different things, and I was like, that's not it. And then we realized that we were both, like, obsessed with Wicked.
With Wicked.
And if you know us, oh, yeah.
If you're watching, I'm wearing my Wicked Defy Gravity Tour t-shirt.
I should have put mine on. We could have been twinsies.
Been twinning. It's okay.
So, and if you know us personally, you obviously know that I'm an Elphaba and Jacob is in fact a Glinda.
That is correct.
So it just made sense. And I was like, wow, we should. Well, no, we were at Universal Studios in line for The Mummy.
Yes.
And who said Wicked first?
Maybe it was you.
Maybe.
You were like, we should name it after something that we both love. We both love theater.
Right.
And we were like, well, how are we going to do like just like any generic theater thing? And then we talked about, I don't remember who brought it up, but like shows that we've done or shows that we really like. And then we were like, well, we both love Wicked.
Right. We both love Wicked and we both love Glinda. Galinda with a ga.
Galinda with a ga. And then it felt kind of like all of a sudden like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Because I will quote that show all the time.
All the time.
And my favorite line from the show is in Act 1.
Act 1.
Act 1. I don't remember. I don't know what scene.
It's when they're in the classroom with Dr. Dillamond.
Yeah.
It's their first class scene. It's where everyone's all together.
And Galinda being Galinda.
Yeah, she's Galinda.
She's Galinda. And so their professor, Dr. Dillamond.
He is, in fact, a goat.
He's a goat. And he's talking to them about, you know, the important, I think it's history, right?
It is history.
It's a history class.
It's a history class.
And Glinda just raises her hand and she's like, it's Galinda with a ga.
Oh, because he can't say Glinda.
Because he can't say her name. And she goes, I don't understand why you can't just teach us history instead of always harping on the past.
And then the audience erupts.
And it's just so funny.
It's
because
hilarious.
It's very like, But I was like, that line.
Yeah.
Harping on the past.
Harping on the past. And we were like, that's perfect. We love Wicked. It's a theater reference. And we're going to be talking about past theater shows. Or stuff that, like, we've done together. We're hoping that maybe it'll evolve.
Yes.
We definitely want it to be, like, theater... Talking theater.
It's
talking theater.
You know, it's a lot of, you know, theater talk, past theater experiences.
But Jacob and I also lived together, and I feel like there's some stories that we could tell from there.
But not only that, we're still currently... you know, trying to be involved in theater and in the world of theater.
Right.
And I think, you know, as we are making this journey, this is kind of like a cool way to document what we're going through.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We could look back and be like, wow, that's where we were. I think when we were doing a little test run of this, Jacob was like, yeah, this is theater past, present, and future. And I was like, that's kind of gold.
It's, you know, kind of the truth, you know.
Yeah. Jacob has future things on the horizon.
I do have a...
We can't talk about what it is.
I can't talk about that just yet. I'm hoping...
Hopefully maybe soon.
Maybe by the time this comes out, I'll be able to talk about it, but I have to wait a little bit longer.
He has to get the green light.
I have to get the green light before I make an announcement. But, I mean, Sheradyn is also... You know, Sheradyn and I are both also possibly working on another project.
Oh, yeah.
That I'm personally very excited about.
Jacob's very excited about this.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I mean, I'm like, okay.
It's a theater project.
Yeah. It kind of merges my two worlds.
Yeah.
Because I work at a middle school. And
we won't give too much away, but we are working on helping with a middle school production. Which will be very, very cool.
And a production near and dear to both of our hearts.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So, Jacob, how did you meet the absolutely incredible, wonderful person that is Sheradyn Luro?
Thank you so much for asking me that question.
You are so welcome.
Such a good story. So,
really
also,
is.
I'm adjusting. I'm sorry. I need to...
Sorry about my loud couch.
Sorry.
We're at my house.
Had to move a bit.
If you've been to my house...
I just wanted to make sure I could see you. Look you in the eyes.
Look me in the eyes.
My lover. Sorry. Not lovers anymore.
No, let's talk about that for a second.
Okay. We'll get back to that.
All right.
But so, okay. For those of you guys who don't know, you've just stumbled upon this podcast.
And you're like, who are they?
Like, no clue who they are. Sheradyn and I are best friends.
Unfortunately. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That hurt my feelings.
Oh no.
Yeah, see, that is the karma.
Is
You lost for
karma.
listeners, she lost her headphones.
No, but listen, it's not unfortunate at all. Jacob's actually the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. And that's the truth, and I'm obsessed with him. And I think he's the most talented person maybe on the planet. I don't know why I keep doing this.
I think Sheradyn's the most talented person on the planet.
That's really nice. Thank you.
Anytime.
Are we going to kiss?
Maybe we'll kiss later.
Okay, sorry. Keep going.
Kiss. Stop it.
We're best friends.
We're best friends. Mm-hmm. And
so long.
For a long time, our friendship has been very interesting. I feel like we've known each other for about 12 years now.
That's insane.
It's really crazy. Almost 13 years.
That's insane.
It's crazy.
Because we're both in our 20s. So that's like close to half of our lives.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, a little less than half of my life. But still.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But also like the story of our friendship and like how it like grew and changed and evolved is really interesting to me, because it's not like we met each other and then all of a sudden we were best friends. We were like
attached at the hip. Yeah, it wasn't like that.
It wasn't like that. It's like we met each other.
Yeah.
And then I should just explain the story.
Yeah.
Because this is important. We're harping on the past after all.
We are.
You're getting to know us
in
this first episode. So I'll try to keep it short and sweet. So Sheradyn and I met doing theater.
Yes, we did.
As one does.
I meet the best people in theater.
That's right.
Would you agree?
I can agree. I've met some of the best people, some of the weirdest, some of the not so best people.
I like that not so best.
Trying to keep it as polite as I can.
There's just some people you want to work with, some people you don't.
That you just don't ever want to work with. Oh yeah, there's a list.
And that's okay. Maybe we'll talk about that.
Maybe.
Not on this one.
Not on this one.
Stay tuned.
And we won't say any names.
Or we'll change names.
We'll change some names.
I think that's a good idea.
It's fine. Anyway, so met Sheradyn in a production. The Sound of Music.
The Sound of Music.
Sound of Music.
Name drop, baby.
And this was my very first ever, like, full-on, like, school production that I've ever been a part of.
Are you being serious?
I'm being serious, yeah. That was my very first, like, full-on, like, I'm in a play. I auditioned.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that was my very first one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about that show, I have, like, an audition story from it that we should talk about.
Okay.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, so...
I'm going to take a sip of my water.
Let's take a sip of that water. So, meeting Sheradyn, very first production I've ever been a part of. And again, it's like I knew who she was, but we weren't really talking or friends at that point.
Yeah.
So this is one of the random days in rehearsal. I had like maybe one other like friend in the cast because I was very, very shy.
Yeah.
And she
I wasn't.
Well, yeah, no.
I wasn't a shy girl.
Oh, I was always I'm still very shy to this day.
You're still a shy girl?
I'm still a very shy girl. But so my friend went to go, either she was already done for the day or went to go rehearse something or do something on stage. And I was left alone in the back of the theater. And behind me, like a row behind me, there were a group of kids.
Yeah.
Who were having a great time with each other's company.
Right.
Laughing, joking, relating. Not me. I was a row ahead, just quietly keeping to myself.
Right.
And I don't know what it was I was doing or what I was looking for, but I remember this. I pulled up my backpack.
Let it be known, I don't remember this. I have zero memory of this. But when he tells the story, it makes sense. Like, it tracks. I don't doubt that it happened. But I have no memory of this. Keep going.
This is all a true story. I'm not making this up. I'm not creative enough to make this up. And so I'm pulling up my backpack, looking for whatever. I don't know. And then all of a sudden, I hear just from behind me this voice.
Yeah.
I just hear, dude, you got food?
Which, that sounds like me.
And I just turned and I was like, see, none other than Sheradyn
this
Murrow.
Angel from heaven.
And I was like, there she is.
You turn around. And there's just like
just an
heaven
angel
sent light.
And I just knew. I was like, she's in my life forever.
Did you know in that moment?
Absolutely not. No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow.
Because
that's
as soon
incredible.
as that happened, as soon as you asked if I had food,
Yeah.
and I was like, no, then I just hear this most subtle,
I farted.
Sheradyn farted.
I did.
And to her and the other kids she was with, the funniest thing in the whole world.
Because listen, I'll go public with this. It's fine. I think farts are the funniest thing maybe on the planet. And I'm so glad that middle school Sheradyn really stayed true to herself.
Yeah. See,
but why was I so comfortable doing it just out in the open?
I don't know.
Like, I'll fart around my friends.
I feel
but like, the fact that I did it in rehearsal for a show just so freely. Did it fall out? Was I embarrassed?
Yeah, I don't think you planned it. Like,
but was I embarrassed? Or was I just like,
the way I remember it was like, yeah, like the fart happened and then it was just like a like you guys were all laughing.
Like a little, oops, sorry.
Yeah, and like you all thought it was so funny. And
yeah.
In my mind, I just remember doing this, just like blank
if
stare.
If you guys could see his face, if you're just listening.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I was like, this girl is too much. I know to stay away from her.
Right.
And so I did.
As do a lot of people in my life. They're like, that one? No thanks.
Time to stop.
Get it out.
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
So that's how I met, like, officially, like, met Sheradyn in that rehearsal.
It's so funny because I just don't remember it.
Oh, it's true.
And, like, it's crazy to me because, like, I don't even have a story of, like, when I remember meeting you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have this vivid memory and I don't. I'm, like, maybe in my brain, I'm just like, oh, Jacob's always been a part of my life.
Well, also, okay. Younger me, at this time when I was meeting you, at least I don't think I stood out. Like, I was very quiet and very reserved.
Yeah.
Like, I did not throw myself out there, and I was too shy and very intimidated, especially, like, with all the cool drama kids. The cool drama kids.
The cool kids.
The cool kids. And, you know, I kept to myself. So I'm honestly surprised so many people remembered me.
Yeah.
Like, in the years to come, because I was like, I don't blame them for not remembering me, because I didn't do anything. I was just kind of there.
I don't think so. I mean, so we met in Sound of Music, and then we were in middle school.
Yes.
Right? And we got to do the show at the high school. And then, did we talk that next year? Did you do Carnival?
I did do Carnival, so we must have talked at least a tiny
little
bit.
I think I have a picture with you, actually.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I'll find it. So that would have been my, 8th grade year?
8th grade, my 7th grade year.
And then 9th grade, you didn't do Millie.
No, I did.
You did do Millie?
I did do Millie, yeah. Remember?
Oh, because you know the choreography.
I know the choreography. See, yeah.
Okay.
That was the last year, too, that the middle school and high school did joint productions.
Oh, okay. So it was like whoever was in Sound of Music was also in Carnival and Millie.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. So then he came my sophomore year in high school was his freshman year.
Yes.
And we did Bye Bye Birdie together.
Mm-hmm. Oh, before we did Bye Bye Birdie, though, because we knew each other, because we'd done shows together. But one of the first, I think, like, bonding moments I think I ever had with you, where, like, I actually, like, remember, like, being with you, like, for a longer period of time, was we also worked at the box office together.
Oh, yeah.
During The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. That was the fall play my freshman year, which sounds really cool. Like, the title sounds great. The play itself was not so good.
It was
or at
weird.
least how we executed it probably was not the best. It's kind of embarrassing.
The girl who played my older sister was younger than me.
That show deserves its whole episode. Maybe we could do that for, like, Halloween.
That's a good one to do for Halloween because you have a very, very funny story from that show that makes me giggle.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I do?
Single time.
Yeah, I do.
And I have a pretty funny story from that, too.
Great. So you guys have to stay tuned for sometime in October for that show.
So we did box office together. And then I feel like every time I worked box office, it was with you.
I worked box office with you a couple of times, yeah.
Yeah.
That I can remember.
And then my junior year, and your sophomore year.
We were finally in the same class together.
I just really think that that's when we fell in love.
Yes.
Because...
And this is what I mean. How we were together and then we broke up.
We never broke up. You're going to confuse the listeners. What should we call them? Harpies? No, that sounds like herpes.
Yo, what up, Harpies?
What up, harps? I don't like that. Okay, so sorry. Bad. Let's explain that.
Yeah, that's really bad.
I'm sorry. Okay, so my junior year, I keep wanting to say our because I keep forgetting that you're a grade younger than me.
I'm a grade younger, and yet we graduated the same day in college.
No.
Yeah.
Not technically.
Well, we were at the same graduation
at the same ceremony. My diploma says 2020. Yours says 2021.
No, it doesn't. My diploma says 2020.
What?
Because I made... This is a whole separate...
You made a stink?
Yeah, I emailed them. That's a whole separate...
I didn't know
We're getting off topic.
Okay, sorry. So, my junior year, his sophomore year, we did Once Upon a Mattress at our high school.
Yes, we did.
I got Winifred, and if you know the show, it's all about her.
Princess Winifred's the lead in that show.
Yeah, she's an unladylike princess, and I said, that's me. And then Jacob got Dauntless.
Prince Dauntless,
who is the romantic lead, if you will.
The love interest for Princess Winifred.
Yeah.
And honestly, this show starts with Dauntless because the whole point is to get Dauntless a princess.
Yeah, get Dauntless married.
Yeah, because people can't have sex in the kingdom. Sorry.
So, I don't know how many of you guys do theater, but when you're playing opposite someone, you spend a lot of time with them.
Oh, yeah.
And I just fell in love with Jacob and who he is and how hard he works and how funny he is and how safe I felt on stage with him. And every night I was like, wow, I love this man.
You're saying such nice things.
No, it's true.
Wow.
I've told you that.
Yeah.
I've told you that I feel incredibly safe with you on stage.
And, I can say, the exact same thing. And I'll never forget because that show, I mean, I always knew you were talented. But hearing you sing the song Happily Ever After every single night was always one of my favorite moments.
That's so nice because that was like, I never looked forward to that moment in the show because the timing of that song is so hard. And I have timing issues. And man, one night I nailed it. And I remember the conductor after, like, he wasn't one to give praise. If you guys know who we're talking about, you know who we're talking about. He was not one to give praise, and especially not to me. Because you know what? I'm a troublemaker sometimes. It's fine. But I remember I nailed it one night. And I remember it was like a Thursday. I think it was like the second Thursday. It was always a good show. And I was leaving the theater, and he was like, hey, good show. And I was like, oh,
and you're like, that's like the greatest compliment I could have ever received.
I was reeling for the rest of the weekend. I was like, nothing could go wrong.
It's so interesting that your difficult song, the one that you always had trouble timing with, you were so good at it. But then also, my difficult song was right after that.
Was it?
My song almost got cut because
I
couldn't do it. And then I sat down.
Was that The Birds and the Bees?
The Birds and the Bees song. If you've ever been
What
in
a
that
weird show for high schoolers to go. Like, when we're talking about it now, I'm like, whoa.
It's
just like Millie. Like,
very raunchy.
Millie is not.
It's not the most kid-appropriate show.
Yeah, and
we did it.
Out there
like, I was an 8th grader. Like, I was 13 and Thoroughly Modern Millie just having a blast. But, I mean.
Dancing, yeah.
I love that show.
But yeah, that's when I really fell in love with you. And then my senior year was great.
Yeah, we hung out.
Yeah, I think that was when we started like actually becoming friends.
A little bit.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we knew of each other, but that's when we really became like
pals. Like I could go up to you confidently and like talk to you at that point.
Right.
And like it wouldn't.
We had drama together.
Weird. We were in Bang Bang You're Dead together. Yeah.
We were in the same cast of Bang Bang You're Dead?
Yeah, your senior year.
Oh, when I was the mom? Don't talk to me about it.
Hey, you were great.
Thanks.
That's a whole other topic. But yes, we were in the same cast.
You're a great mom, Sheradyn.
You were a great mom.
You play a great middle-aged woman.
And then, like every love story, it comes to a tragic close when one has to go off to college.
Right, I went to college.
And Sheradyn left me.
It's okay. It was only 30 minutes away.
30 minutes away. And
Did we
Sheradyn,
talk?
you know, what's actually really sweet is you texted me the first day of my senior year. You were like,
Did
have a
I?
good day, love bug. And it was so sweet.
Did I?
You did. It was so
Wow.
cool.
I am so proud of past Sheradyn. What a
Yeah,
gal.
it was so sweet.
Okay.
And I remember just showing it to the drama kids being like, guys, look, Sheradyn texted me.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, because I was like, wow, that's a big deal. Anyway.
Big deal.
And then you came back and saw the shows, of course. And so I saw you then.
Yeah, and your show was Oklahoma.
Yeah, my senior year musical was Oklahoma.
Uh-huh.
That's, you know.
That's another story.
That's another story.
And then you came to my same college.
Yeah, that's right. We
Yeah.
went to the same school. And
We did. So that was my second year.
yes,
So I was living at the quad. So were you.
I was living at the quad also.
We
yeah.
lived at the same.
We actually met up with each other the move-in day. I remember because we both moved in, and you were like,
You have
"You're
an
here?"
incredible memory.
And I was like,
You're
"Yeah, I'm
here?
here." And you're like, "Oh my god, come hang out with me." And I was like,
Did I invite you to
"Okay."
my apartment?
Yeah, and I went to your apartment the very first day.
On that red couch.
On the
Did I make you
red
food?
couch. You didn't make me food, but you showed me your. I
My
think
dorm?
it was your broken mini fridge. I don't know if it actually worked at the time.
Oh, it probably didn't.
But you
It's
had
that
a mini
one.
fridge.
It's right there, actually.
Oh, it's in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I had it in my closet.
I remember thinking, I was like, wow, that's really smart. I don't have a mini fridge.
Listen, I didn't want my stuff to get taken by my other roommates. Not that they were bad.
Did you have 7 roommates also?
7?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was 8 of us.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
'Cause
was
I had
like,
that.
7 sounds obsessive. Yeah, there was 4 rooms. Yeah.
So again, another year of reconnecting and
Right.
hanging out.
Doing
Only
the
a little
improv
bit
team?
though. We did it. No, not improv team yet.
Oh.
But we hung out a bit more. We actually watched some of Haters Back Off in your dorm,
Oh my gosh.
which was very fun.
Yes, we did. We love Miranda Sings
We
in
love
this
Miranda
house.
Sings. Such
She's
a big
funny.
fan
We're big fans of her podcast. Not Miranda's.
of
Colleen's.
Colleen and Eric's
Relax.
Relax. It's honestly a big inspiration as to why we're doing this now.
That's true. That is
you know,
true.
and then we ended up living together my second year and her third year of college, and that's
Right.
really when I think the official title of best friend was solidified.
I think so too. I think I was like, oh my gosh, I need someone to live with. I'll live with Jacob.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, I
Yeah.
would love to still not live at home, and living in an apartment was so much cheaper than living in the dorms.
Yeah, which is crazy because rent now is insane.
Yeah, I don't think it would make a difference now. I think now it would be about the same.
Yeah, right? So, yeah, we lived together, shared a room.
We shared a room,
Everyone
which
thought
was
that
not
was
planned.
weird.
Well, I mean, I sort of get it, but like at the same
Were
time,
you uncomfortable?
I wasn't uncomfortable. No. So also for those of you guys who don't know, like I identify as bisexual. Like
Yeah.
I'm not straight, but at the time I was still identifying as straight.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe like some people were weirded out by that.
I don't know. I never thought it was weird.
I didn't think so either. But we were in a bind.
We
Like,
were.
How that happened? We were supposed
needed-
to have another roommate, and then a week before we moved in, she dropped out.
Right.
And then, funnily enough, in a theater production, we were in the hallway
Yes.
waiting for rehearsal.
In
Called to
college.
one of our castmates and was like, "Come live with us." And she was like,
Like fully
Yeah.
joking. And yeah.
"She was like, yeah, I'll do it. My boyfriend and I are looking for a place." And rest is history.
That is a whole nother story.
That is a
We keep
whole other
saying
story.
that. Like that we have all these stories to
We're
tell.
just trying to, really introduce. Anyway, so you have to keep on listening to hear all these fun
Yeah.
stories. What else do we have to talk about? We wrote a little outline.
It
Stay
just
on
says
track.
what we plan to talk about.
Oh yeah, so, and we want to talk about our past shows,
Past shows.
our
future
hopes,
plans,
our future plans,
dreams.
what we've done, and yeah, some like current events in our theater world.
And then every week we want to do this thing.
Oh yes, so
So go ahead.
okay, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so we mentioned that we're big fans of Colleen Ballinger and Eric Stockland's podcast, Relax,
Right.
which is really good. You guys should go and listen to it.
Yes.
On Apple Podcasts or YouTube, they do the same thing, podcast and video.
Theirs is a lot more high budget, okay?
Oh, yeah,
Don't
no.
knock us with our ghetto stuff.
Ours, like, we literally have folding trays in front of us with two separate devices to record on
Because these microphones.
we can't record together. We're figuring this out. We're still
Figure
new.
it out. Come along the journey. Anyways.
Anyway, so they do their Relax podcast, and they do this thing to start their podcast off every week, which I thought would be kind of cool for us to do something similar.
Yeah.
They do this bit called Who Needs to Relax this week, and they talk about whatever they think needs to relax. Mm-hmm. And so for us, I was like, well, what if we do something like that, but we cater it to theater? So we came up with this idea called Why Am I Not Getting Cast in the Show / Why Am I Getting Fired from the Show?
Right.
Where we talk about, you know, the ridiculous over-the-top reasons why we're being fired or not getting cast at all.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Should we start with one this week?
I think that should kind of be like our big, like, how this episode maybe ends.
Yeah.
Why
I think that's
we're not
a great
getting
idea.
cast or fired from the show.
I think that on future episodes, we're going to start with that.
Yes, that'll be like how
It'll
we
be
start.
like, hi, welcome back. Why are you getting fired? Why are you getting fired?
Why are you not getting cast? Yeah.
Right.
But for this podcast, since this is introduction.
Yeah, we just want to do a short, sweet 30 minutes. That's pretty good. It's
pretty good. I think we can get to like 45
I think we could
to like
too.
An hour.
We probably could right now, honestly.
Yeah. Are people still listening?
I know. So. Please tell me if you are. Do you want to go first for why you're not getting cast or fired? Or do you want me to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
So I'll probably do a retelling because I did this in the test episode.
I have a different one, I think.
Okay. I mean, I have a lot. And some of it like might pertain like specifically to theater. And some of it I was like, I don't think it will. It's just going to be a story that I'm going to plug in.
That's okay.
But yeah, for today, I think I will talk about the first one I did in our test episode. So, for me, this is, I think, why I'm not getting cast in the show. Or why am I getting fired from the show? So, we all know, in theater, we have to audition to be a part of the production.
Yes, we do.
Okay. So, an audition for a musical theater production, typically, for most people, especially in high school, middle school age, you're going to do a monologue, you're going to sing a song.
And you'll dance.
And sometimes you'll do a dance. Okay?
Okay.
Now, I mentioned that earlier in this podcast that Sound of Music was my very first production. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
Okay.
I didn't know what a monologue was.
You didn't even know what it was?
I mean, once I was told, I was like, oh, okay. I just didn't know that was the term for it.
Imagine you went up there, you just told a story.
I just told a random story. I was like, hello, my name is Jacob James, and today I went to Math 6 with Miss Campbell, and then after that, I went to first break, and then
oh my God, do you have first lunch or second lunch?
I think I had second lunch. I don't remember. Oh, man.
That's
middle
so
school.
Funny.
Anyway, so I didn't know what a monologue was.
Okay.
So I had to learn what a monologue was, and then we had to sing a song, and this is honestly why in any normal audition would not even be considered, but I think because
unless they ask you to.
Yeah, but this was okay. So I'm not getting cast because I don't know how to prep an audition song. And when I say that,
this is my favorite story.
So typically when you audition for a musical theater show, you're going to pick a song that you can sing well in your range.
Right. Shows off you and your voice.
Your best vocal abilities. And I didn't realize that that's what you had to do. I just knew I had to sing a song. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't think of anything that I could sing. And I'm sure there was a lot I could have sang at the time. But you just didn't know. You just weren't. In that time, blank. Couldn't think of anything. So I got to the audition. And I remember like thinking, okay, let me just sing something that like I know. And I've been listening to a lot. So I picked the song So Long Farewell from The Sound of Music.
Auditioning for The Sound of Music.
And which would have been totally fine.
Yeah.
Had I just sang like a little part of it and like kept singing through.
Get in, do it, get out.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't do that. I kind of was being extra about it because, and here's where I don't think I should be totally to blame, because normally they cut you off after like 16 bars, like 30 seconds of singing. I have no recollection of being cut off at all for this.
Really?
I feel like they let me sing the entire song.
I would have fell out of my chair.
Which
Had you sang the
a
entire
long song, and
all parts.
all parts. And so like every single Von Trapp kid, if you guys know Sound of Music, there's 7 different kids who sing their own parts, and I sang every single one, but didn't just like sing straight through. So I feel like it's just best if I demonstrate.
I think that's a good idea.
So,
I'll help
okay.
you out with my microphone.
Thank you so much. So
You're welcome.
here I am. Hi, I'm Jacob James. Here's my monologue, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and now for my song, I'm going to sing So Long Farewell. Okay. There's a sad sort of clanging from the clock in the hall, and the bell in the steeple too, and up in the nursery an absurd little bird is popping out to say cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Regretfully they tell us, but firmly they compel us to say goodbye, cuckoo, to you. So long, farewell, blah 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 da 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 da. And like I'm not even kidding, like
Fully
I'm
tapped.
fully on stage, sitting just like tapping out the beats to the music, like playing the whole song in my head. So long, and like I did it for 7 parts.
Jacob, if I would have seen you stand up there and tap your leg,
Tapping,
like you had the music all up in your head, I would have fallen out of my
shaking
chair.
my head. And it makes me even more sad because the girl who went right before me was so good. She's so talented. And
you said, gotta follow that.
and I was second. I was second in the group.
Wow.
And that's what I did.
You said strong start, strong start.
Strong start.
That is so funny.
Yeah, so I'm not getting cast for that, for first of all not singing only 30 seconds. I sang a whole 3-minute song.
Wow.
And tapped out the beat.
Tapped it out. That is so funny.
Yeah, it's so embarrassing. And I never told anyone that story till like about a year ago.
And I laughed very, very hard
when
he first told me. I think that I'm getting fired from the show because I simply am the easiest target to make laugh. I
can confirm that.
I don't know what it is. I just love to giggle. I'm a giggler, if you will.
You got a lot of giggles, and
I have a lot of giggles. I
just come out a lot.
And I'm not just talking about like in rehearsal. No. Like I will fully break on stage. I don't even have a specific example because it happens so often. Like someone could look at me a different way each night and I would laugh every time.
Oh yeah.
Every single time. In rehearsals, people try to get me to break, and I will. And then directors are like, Sheradyn, don't let it happen on stage. And I'm like,
Got it.
And then I'll laugh on stage.
It's okay. I've been there too.
I also forget lines constantly. Like, I will know the whole show. And then I'll either, like, simply not say a word. When it's my turn, I'll just,
Just
nothing.
blank.
There's just nothing in my head. Or I'll completely say the wrong line. Or I'll flip-flop.
It's like the worst too when it's your line, but you're convinced it's not your line. And you're just looking at your scene partners like you're screwing up.
That just happened at an audition, actually.
Yeah.
It wasn't me, but we were reading from a script, and I was like, I know it's not my line. And I looked down, and it wasn't my line. And I look up, and I was trying to give this person like the eyes to like, hey, like get a move on. It. And they simply did not get it. They were not catching my drift. And the director in the audition room had to be like, it's your line. And they said, oh my gosh!
The kicker is like they also like looked down at the script too.
They looked back down. Jacob wasn't in there at this time.
I was at the audition, but not at this.
The person looked down, looked back at me like, what?
Like
what am I missing? And I was like, I felt like I didn't have the right to be like, it's your line. Do you know what I mean? So I just kind of sat there hoping for the best.
I probably would have just given like a in character, like a gentle like tap on the shoulder.
I would have.
Like
I would have. They were on the opposite side of the table.
Oh, that's right.
So I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I couldn't be like, you know.
Just
Hey,
look.
Pay attention.
Look at your script.
Look at your script. Yeah, so I'm getting fired because I simply forget. Why do I keep saying simply? Because I forget lines and I am the easiest person to make laugh.
To make laugh on stage.
I'll laugh at you.
I think there's a video of us laughing on stage.
Oh, probably. I know there's a video of me laughing on stage when I got knocked over.
Yeah.
Knocked over. That's another story, though. Oh, we should talk about mishaps in a future episode.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If you want a mishaps video, if you're listening this far in and you want mishaps next,
so many.
Message us.
Please message us. Comment, whatever. Text.
Comment, like, subscribe. I don't know how it works on
Instagram.
Apple Podcasts, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. Or if you're finding this on the Instagram or on our TikTok.
On the Insta. Oh, are we going to post it on Instagram as like a reel?
Well, I think what we'll do is we'll take like a clip maybe.
Okay.
To like
or like a section, maybe like a 3-minute section for a reel.
Yeah.
Okay, and then some on the stories.
Yeah, to like help promote
I like that.
We're learning.
We're learning along with you guys. If you have any tips, tricks, and nice suggestions.
Nice things to say to us.
Let us know.
Please.
We are very easy to reach.
Fairly.
You can reach me at 951.
Also,
kidding.
I just want to say really quick, like, the amount of support already that we've been getting for this.
We posted a little teaser.
Which was really, really cool because, you know, this is just something kind of not so out of the blue, but like, you know, we've been talking about it for a while.
Yeah.
And then when we did our test run and we were like, okay, like now we have to promote it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was literally, we both went to our Instagrams, posted a picture and a little clip, like previewing what we were kind of hoping this would look like.
Yeah.
And the amount of people that I've had like message me or like that, like I've seen in person, they're like, when is it coming out? And I'm like, oh, I didn't think anyone would care.
Yeah, we didn't think this far ahead. We really thought this was just going to be like kind of for us and like 2 listeners.
We would listen.
And those listeners would be like my dad and stepmom.
And I mean, maybe it will be that way.
Maybe.
But
my stepmom's very excited. If you're listening this far, hey girl.
Hey. To my coworkers who have been so kind and have been wondering.
Yes.
Hey.
I literally won't stop talking about it at work. They're all so excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
So stay on this journey with us.
I'm glad we're doing this.
Me too. And if anything else, like it'll be a fun time for us to like hang out as we're adults trying to
navigate.
Yeah, but it's also like adult friendships are hard.
Very hard.
To like hang out and we didn't talk. We're gonna have guests.
We are gonna have guests.
We have one of our best friends. We can say her name.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Tori on here. If you know her, Tori Bonita.
Tori Diaz.
Follow her.
Very incredible, talented human being.
We want to have her on. We have a friend who's a stage manager.
We have friends that we've worked with like in other shows and have been a director to us before.
We've joked about getting one of our favorite directors
on here
to maybe come on here. I don't know how we would do that because my house is a little messy in here and that'd be a little bit embarrassing.
We don't even know how we're going to get our guests we probably have to move.
In the room, right?
Like, we'll figure that out, but that's,
I wonder if
probably for later.
We should, like, send them a microphone. Should we have, like, a guest microphone? And
be
like, you have to bring a laptop.
You have to bring your own laptop because, again, we're new. We're figuring this out. Like, if you could see the setup,
it's pretty jank.
You'd be laughing at us. You'd be like, this is the stupid... Like, we have one ring light, and we have a laptop and an iPad, and we are recording this on my cell phone.
Yeah.
But
hey, I think we sound pretty good.
I think we sound good. We sound great.
Yeah. Also, I just got really hungry, in case you wanted to know.
Oh, thank you so much.
I've been getting really hungry at night. So, anyways.
Time to get a snack after this.
Get a snack. I have cookies downstairs if you want one.
Oh.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's
we don't need to go into that.
No, we don't.
It's fine. But yeah, so thank you everyone who's listened also or watched this far.
Thank you so much for the support.
Incredible.
Hopefully, maybe we'll even get like ads.
That'd be cool.
That would be so cool. Give you guys discount codes for things.
I know, because we haven't had to do the whole like. Before we talk into that, let's get into our sponsor.
Our first sponsor.
Which I hope one day we do that, but I guess with this first episode, it's not really going to be a thing, you know?
Yeah. I'm excited. Jacob is excited.
Very excited.
I'm going to burp. Excuse me. Sorry.
But yeah, so I guess this is kind of it, right? Like, this is our first episode.
Thank you so much for listening.
So before we go, we just want to, I think, remind the people, like who we are.
Yeah.
So, hello guys, I'm Jacob James. I am an actor, aspiring actor. I've directed, produced, and I love working, with kids in theater.
Yeah.
And I found theater at a fairly young age, or at least I found acting at a young age. I was around probably 7 when I really got into it, and then 11 years old when I did my first production. And from that point on, I've acted in over 20 productions and directed, assistant directed, and produced one production last year, which was very, very cool. And now, I'm still continuing that journey, still aspiring to become a professional actor.
Yeah.
And have been involved in some really cool projects over the years. And I'm kind of glad that we are, doing our own thing and, taking charge of
Yeah.
by
this
doing
is our
this.
creative outlet when we can't be creative on stage.
Correct.
Which is super cool. Am I supposed to talk about me now?
Yeah. And now it's your turn. Who are you?
I'm Sheradyn. I have been in love with theater really my entire life. I went to the Boys and Girls Club when I was in middle school. Was I in middle school? No. I was in elementary school when I first went. And that's where I was introduced to theater. And I was like, you can get paid to sing and dance on stage? Sign me up. That sounds amazing. And then luckily, I was good at it. I mean, I think I'm okay. And I've seen a bunch of shows. I've been in a bunch of shows. I would classify myself as a singer who moves. If you're in the theater world, you know what that means. I love comedy. I'm a funny gal. Jacob's funnier than me, but that's okay.
Lies.
I would love, love, love to be on Broadway one day. That has always been my ultimate dream. Right now, I think I'm in a transition period, I would say. I'm still trying to audition for things, but right now my love is in working with kids.
Right.
And I would love to be a drama teacher. I think that would be amazing. I also love special needs kids. Mm-hmm. And I think it would be really cool to maybe start, oh my gosh, I should start a theater company for special needs kids.
That'd be really cool.
That would be freaking amazing. I still very much want to be on Broadway. I still very much love theater. But I think I'm in a transition period right now.
Yeah,
where I'm finding my footing as a 25-year-old in California.
In Southern California, trying to make it
right
in the theater world.
It's hard.
It's very hard.
It's very discouraging some days, but some days it's very rewarding.
But when you book that first job, it feels, it's really incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And watching your friends succeed is the best.
I feel that way.
Being by your best friend's side when they get to book their first professional gig is just incredible because it feels like this thing that has been so out of reach is finally right in your pocket. Do you know what I mean? So it's like Jacob's opening the door for things.
And I just know shortly after that it's going to be, Sheradyn's turn.
Maybe.
And I feel like it's going to be even bigger and better.
I don't know.
Honestly. Yeah.
But right now it's your moment. And I can't wait to watch.
A moment I can't even talk about yet.
I know, that's true.
People in my personal life know.
Yes.
And so I'm very grateful for that. So thank you guys because the support's really appreciated.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to this podcast.
We really appreciate you.
We're so
Text
excited.
us, comment, subscribe.
DM
us. Text us like you're our really close friends. Well, some of you are. Give us some tips, tricks, suggestions. We don't know how often we're going to be posting yet. Like I said, we are adults trying to navigate adult friendships and
jobs
and life
and shows, performances
and relationships and all that.
We have a lot.
So it might be sporadic for a little while on when we post. We're hoping. I think our goal right now is maybe once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I would love to get to once a week.
I would too.
I would love to get to a consistent day a week. That it's not just maybe a Monday here, maybe a Friday there. Mm-hmm. But only time will tell. But we are so excited.
We're also the editors of this podcast.
We are the editors.
So,
if anyone knows how, let us know.
Give us some of your tips, which I think we figured it out in our
test
run. At least for
now, yeah.
But I'm sure there's a much faster way.
Sure.
Because, like, not only do we have to edit the podcast, we have to, you kind of have to sit through and listen. Luckily, I don't think this one we had any, like, oh, cut that out moments, No,
I think we're fine. I think we're good at, like, just speaking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 50 minutes, that's a long time.
That's a long time. I think we're good.
All right. We love you all.
Love you all so much. I guess, yeah.
We'll see you, hopefully, next time.
We're looking for a jingle also.
Oh, yeah, we're looking for a jingle. If you write jingles, hit us up, baby.
Hit us up. So give us a theme song for Harping in the Past.
Very easy to reach. Yep.
Theater Kid Podcast. Send this to all your favorite theater people,
oh my gosh.
honestly.
Tell your friends. Tell your teachers.
Friends. Yeah.
Tell your grandma. Teachers. Tell your mom. Tell your cousin. Tell your dog.
Tell them all. Listen together.
Sit them down and have a watch party.
Listen to this on your car ride.
On your car ride to work. And then again on your car ride home.
Or when you just want to go to bed.
Yeah.
Listen.
All right. We got to get off of here. We love you so much. And thank you so much for watching / listening. See you next time.
Peace.
Harping
on the Past.
Theater Kid Podcast.